Hey everybody, this is Brody from Nexus Health and Recovery, and today I kind of want to do a video on weight loss and essentially just talk about, how it is hard to, to lose weight, and there's a common misconception that exercise is all you need, with some diet, and that's not necessarily the case. It's part of the pie, but it's not the whole pie. So when losing weight, you also want to reduce stress and detox, which are probably your key components in aiding in fat loss. So apart from certain genetic conditions and or autoimmune issues like thyroid issues, this video is not for you, unfortunately, but I will make other videos about that. So this should help most individuals, though, without those conditions, and we'll move forward with that. So I'm going to kind of bring you over here to my board because I have four things I want to talk about in aiding in fat loss. So number one is stress. I cannot stress it enough how stress is bad for you when it comes to weight management. Stress causes cortisol, and cortisol, along with adrenaline, increase your blood glucose levels. So when you do that, you get insulin spikes. With the insulin spike, though, you also get a secretion of ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone. And we all know, so insulin lowers your blood sugar, and then when you get low blood sugar, you start to get hungry again. So that's kind of why that causes that. So it's a constant cycle of highs and lows, and you essentially want to stop that cycle. And the way to do that is by eating protein and or fats. So other ways to actually help break that cycle, though, too, is walking. You can go for a walk. You can eat foods high in sulfur compounds like eggs, meat, dairy. All those things can help reduce cortisol and help you flush that out of your system. So with that said, kind of address some of the key stressors in your life, whether it's your work environment, your home environment. Coffee intake can increase cortisol and adrenaline. Video games can increase cortisol and adrenaline. Certain environments like sporting events, all that stuff can create adrenaline and stress. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to address your weight levels and your weight loss goals. So we're going to move on here to the next part, and that is overeating. So overeating is not good, and it essentially looks like this. When we overeat, you can see I have two stomachs here. One is distended. When we overeat, we get a distended stomach. With distension, we get a lot of acid reflux because it puts strain here on this muscle here. It's actually a sphincter muscle, yes, but it's not good. So you will probably have some discomfort as far as like GERD, acid reflux, bloating, nausea, another type of discomfort, gas. So the way to not get this stomach distension problem is we want to actually eat about 80% in a single sitting. So that is equivalent to 2.5 cups of food, give or take. Everyone's different, so just kind of play around with it and see how you feel. But when we do this, we increase our metabolic rate, and we increase our metabolism, and we're more energetic, we're not lethargic, our moods are better, and we just have energy throughout the day. And you want to do this every single time you eat. So you could eat less and eat more frequently, up to 4 to 5 times a day. I've even seen people do it 6 times a day, but just stay around 2 to 3 times a day, and this can just help make sure that you have enough energy and you're doing good. So because like I said, we also don't want to be stressing about this either, because anything can cause stress in reality, and we just have to try to reduce that. So our next one is not eating the right foods. And what do I mean by that? So any food that's toxic to your system, processed foods, foods that are high in heavy metals like certain seafoods can be high in heavy metals, mercury, lead, arsenic. We want to reduce those compounds and increase the risk, because what happens is those foods lead to systemic inflammation, possible parasites, fungal infections, which in turn increases oxidative stress to the body. So like I said, that word stress there is key. So we have to try to reduce as much stress as we can. And along with oxidative stress too, as I had mentioned in previous videos, that it messes with your central nervous system, and that in turn can create dysbiosis in your microbiome, and it hinders your gut-brain axis as well. So also keynotes, you will start detoxing when you quit these types of foods. So keep that in mind. So some of the effects can be almost immediate once quit. So next thing, lack of exercise. We have got to move. And why we need to move, our venous and our lymphatic system are tied to our way we excrete toxins. And the only way to get movement from them is through gravity, right? You need gravity to actually push that blood and lymph throughout the body. If you're just sitting around, you're not moving those systems, and that could create stagnant, vicious, toxic buildup. So you just don't want to do that. Kind of too, like I just want to give you a little bit of disclaimer. If you start detoxing too fast, your fat can hold a lot of toxins, and which is really, really bad. So another key word is moderation. We want to do all this in moderation. We want to relax. We want to rejuvenate. We want to just chill. Otherwise, we can get more systemic inflammation, more stress, more fat gain, and it's just a whole lot harder to essentially get rid of that stubborn fat. So keyword stress in reality, don't overeat, not eating the right foods, and lack of exercise. If you can just maintain these things, you'll be golden. You'll be getting rid of that fat in no time. And I'm going to be posting here another video essentially on like what key nutrients that you can take when trying to lose weight as well, because there can be some deficiencies, some micronutrients that the body is lacking, that's preventing you from losing weight as well. Because like I said, your body needs to be in homeostasis and in balance. When you're in balance, everything's running smoothly, everything's perfect. So also there's not going to be any stress. So I mean, you're going to have a little bit of stress here and there, but when you're in balance, you're able to you're able to deal with the stress. It's not a thing. It'll be easy. So take that for what it is, and I just wish you guys the best. All right, bye.